Hello! In this video, we will do a couple of examples for finding the volume of pyramids. So to find the volume of a pyramid, it is 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. And down here, we have different types of pyramids. So let's go over the properties of a pyramid. So we have a base. We also have a vertex, which is also known as the apex, where it's all the intersection of the faces. It has an altitude, also known as a height, that goes from the vertex down to the center perpendicular of the base. And we also have a slant height, which is on the face from the vertex down to the side, which is also perpendicular. So let's do an example for finding the volume of a pyramid. So we want to find the volume of this regular pentagonal pyramid, and we want to round to the nearest hundredth. So let's keep these words in mind. Regular pentagonal. So again, to find the volume, it is 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. So we need to find the area of the base and we need to find the height. So to find the area of this base, they tell us that it's a regular pentagonal, meaning it is a regular pentagon. So all of the sides for this base right here, which is our pentagon, are congruent. They are 8 millimeters. So to find the area of any regular polygon, it is 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter. In this case, we have an apothem to be 5.5 millimeters. And the perimeter is the sum of all of the sides of the polygon. In this case, we have 5 sides, so we're going to multiply 5 times 8 millimeters. 8 because it's the side length for this polygon. And once we multiply this out, we get an area base of 110 millimeters squared. And then our height, again, goes from the vertex down to the center and perpendicular to the base. So our height is 11 millimeters. Now we have all of our information to find the volume for this pyramid. So we have 1/3 times 110 millimeters squared times 11 millimeters. And once we multiply this out, we get a volume of 403.33 millimeters cubed. Again, this is rounding to the nearest hundredth. Hundredth is 2 decimal points. Let's do one more example. We want to find the volume of this triangular pyramid, and again, round to the nearest hundredth. So our formulas is 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. So we need to find the area for this base, and our base is this triangle, since this is a triangular pyramid. So to find the area of a triangle, it is 1/2 times its base times its height. And the base for this triangle is 6 yards. And the height for the triangle, which is this one right here, is 5.2 yards. Once we multiply this out, we get a area of 15.6 yards squared. Now we need to find the height. Notice how the height is not given. So let me draw the height here. Notice how the height, the slant height, and half the height of the triangle create a right triangle. Since the height goes from the center of the base, then this whole length right here, or the height for this base right here, is 5.2. So therefore, half of it will be 2.6 yards. I'm going to be using Pythagorean theorem to find the height, which is a squared plus b squared equals 2c squared, where we're going to label our a to be our height, b to be the other leg, which is 2.6, and our c is always a hypotenuse, which in this case is our slant height, 8.2. I'm going to solve for a squared. So I'm going to move over the 2.6 squared over to the other side by subtracting. And then I'm going to take the square root to get rid of this squared. So I'm going to take the square root. And rounding to the nearest hundredth, I get A to be 7.78. So therefore our height is 7.78 yards. Now I have all of my information to find this volume for this pyramid. So we have 1/3 times the area of the base, which we found 15.6 yards squared, times the height of the pyramid, which we found to be 7.78. Once we multiply this out, we get a volume of 40.46 yards cubed. And again, this is rounding to the nearest hundredth.